This is my luckiest eBay find, a pair of 2001 black cements for only $13.50. Now they're completely destroyed, but as a vintage pair, they could go for a few hundred, cleanly restored. They're so fragile that the midsoles are crumbling with ease. Just check out this air unit. I noticed that the soles are just too far gone, but the Nike panel is still in great shape and it's unique on this pair, so we'll try to salvage it. I've seen sandwich shoes do a panel swap before, and I never tried this before, but I think it will be fun to give it a shot. The soles are no longer needed. We finally have a clean table, but the mess doesn't end yet. This old midsole residue needs to go. We'll warm it up and scrape it off. We need a custom pair of tabs to match the original look. I got this pair for $55 from Jaysocologist. Our tabs are broken into many different pieces, so this makes cleaning them much harder. After pulling out the thread, I cleaned under the elephant print. And this is what we're left with. Now let's take our laces out and see what's going on inside. They're not too bad. Using a scissor, we can loosen out the lint on the sides. Then we'll tap it out and sweep it away. So this pair is 24 years old now. I won't be machine washing them to avoid any damage, just a basic hand wash, using detergent and water. Using a brass brush, we'll clean the old panel. It cuts through dirt with ease. Then we'll insert our shoe trees to help restore structure. While we're here, we might as well try and tackle the creasing. We're using a wet rag and an iron, 3 to 4 passes. The creasing on the sides is usually permanent, but it's still worth a try. Swaps are really fun to do on the Jordan 3 because of how cheap you can find the donors for. These Legacy 312s are used, still in great shape though, for $28. The alignment's very close. We'll worry about the difference later on. The tricky part is getting this panel off, so we'll heat it up with the heat gun and very carefully score around it with an X-Acto knife. We'll use acetone in a syringe to carefully peel it off. The panels are out. To sharpen up the lines, I'll clean around with a Dremel tool. Then we'll prep both surfaces with acetone and cotton balls. This will remove the old glue and the midsole residue. So 2 coats of barge Superstik on both sides, and we'll let it dry for a bit. Then we'll heat it up and paste it down, and here's how they look. Thank you to Sam for sharing this trick. Let's move on to the uppers. To make sure we have a good bond, I'll sand the upper lining and remove all this old residue from the midsoles. We're using a Dremel tool with a sanding bit. Since the uppers are from 01 and the midsoles are from 23, we gotta make some small adjustments to make sure they fit more flush. To make sure there's no debris left over, I'll do one final cleaning. So this is a little shortcut. I'm simulating the stitch on the toe cap, using a sewing awl and a second thread to secure the loop on the inside. For each loop that we create, we'll pass the inner thread through it. I'll keep going all the way and tie a knot at the end. This is how they look. After all the sanding we did earlier, they line up perfectly. So we'll apply 2 coats of barge Superstik and let it dry for a few hours. The sides are especially important. Afterwards, we'll heat it up section at a time and it should tack down instantly. And here's how they look. We'll let this cure. After some small touch-ups, check out this bond. I always do the inside last, just warm it up a bit and it should stick down. The elephant print was faded and missing completely in some areas, so using dark gray, I dotted it back in. Sometimes the original lines are not perfectly straight and it's more jagged looking, so I like that this gives me more control. Here's how they look. It's kinda hard to see on camera, but there's a few marks on the midsoles. I cleaned them down with some alcohol and I'll touch them up. The black portion is scuffed, and the factory lines could use some straightening. We'll do some light sanding and hit it with a few coats of flat black. The midsoles are done, and they're starting to look really good now. Let's move on to the uppers. I cleaned them with alcohol, and we'll do a few light passes of Angelus flat black. So the last area to repaint is this gray color. We're just gonna touch it up. We need to color match this. Basically, it's white and black, a small amount of violet, and then cream in case we go too far. The mix should be lighter because it always dries darker. It blends in perfectly. We'll take them outside and apply 2 to 3 coats of Krylon matte finisher. After they air out completely, we'll restitch the elephant print. This is probably the most tedious step. If you're careful, you can keep the original thread, but for my case, it's missing on the other side, so I figured I'd redo it. It's kinda hard to get in here sometimes, so we're using a curved needle, and the gray thread I'm using will be in the description. We'll lock down one corner and go back and forth. We need a custom pair of tabs to match the original look. I got them from Jaysocologist. They were made to look stitched, so thankfully we don't have to worry about that. To make sure they bond stronger, I'll sand the leather portion. Just like before, we'll apply 2 coats of glue and let it dry for a bit. We need to glue back here as well, especially the thread area. We'll start by heating up one corner, aligning it so it covers the thread holes, and when it looks good, we'll press it down. We'll do the same thing for the other side, and finally, we'll lock down the bottom, which basically should be in place. Here's how they look. The soles are not in bad shape, but I'll do one quick icing session. I'm using salon care and saran wrap. These are going inside the indoor unit for 2 to 3 hours. To learn how to make one, there's a full tutorial on my channel. We got some small steps left to go. To remove any lint around the shoe, we can use a fabric shaver. We'll polish the uppers very slightly to restore some of the factory shine. And finally, we'll lace them up. This pair was in really bad condition, And here they are, beautifully restored. This one was a lot of fun, and in total we spent less than $100. If you're looking to learn how to restore or improve your current skill set, I would invite you to check out my all-in-one restoration guide in the pinned comments down below. I cover all my techniques in much greater detail. Thank you for watching, let me know what you think down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.